that behavior right there. What does that look like to you? There's a term for what you're seeing there. It's called logging, because they look like a log when they're doing it. But this is a resting behavior. When they come to the surface like that, just lay on the surface right there. That's a resting behavior. Interesting to note, I mentioned these animals have a bigger brain than we do. And one of the things that biologists think that the large brain facilitates is sleep. These guys are mammals just like us. They do have to get some sleep. And they've done brainwave studies on cetaceans, and one of the things that they have found is it appears that whales can shut down half their brain. So half the brain gets to sleep, while the other half stays awake and does the necessary functions like coming to the surface and breathing. It also appears they can switch from one hemisphere of the brain to the other. Sometime in December, the female will go into the shallow waters of the island of Maui and give birth to a calf weighing about 1.5 tons. It's like giving birth to a Cadillac. But why they only have one? Now that might sound large, but the reason they're giving birth to their calves in warmer waters is that if the calves are born here, they're born with very little blubber, so they could suffer hypothermia in these waters. So they give birth in the warmer waters. Now these calves can gain a huge amount of weight on their mother's milk. Their mother's milk's about 50% fat. So that calf will go fat down, and the biologists tell us that